to slides here. We talked about this stat this morning from Canalys. 85 billion predicted to go through cloud marketplaces by 2028. Since 16 billion since 2023, this is not just a new sales channel. This is redefining how enterprise software gets sold. But there's one more shift that we didn't spend a lot of time this morning talking about, but it's just as transformational. And we've got an exciting set of speakers to share their stories on this. So the partners, let's talk. This is all about partners. So Canalys predicts that over 50% of all of that cloud marketplace growth will flow through a channel. That means the resellers and distributors just won't be part of it. They'll be at the center of it, and they'll really be that extra gear. And the implications here are massive. The role of a reseller is being redefined, and you're going to hear that in our guests and how they talk about how things are getting redefined. And a new generation of partner-led growth is emerging, one that unifies channel, marketplace, and co-sell strategies into a single motion. So that's what we're here to unpack here in the final session, how all these converge together and power a new era of partner-led growth. And to kick us off, there's no better place to have this than our good friend Josh Bushman from WWT. WWT is, redefining what it means to have modern reselling. They really are modernizing this whole process. And, I think Josh will tell you they're more now of a technology solutions provider, truly designed for the cloud age. I'd like to welcome Josh. Hi, Josh. How are you?
Hey, Adam. How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Great. Thanks. Hey, listen, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and WWT?
Yeah, sounds good. So maybe start off with a little bit of personal information. So Josh Bushman, have 4 kids, married, love to golf and fly fish. So fun fact on the golf side, and I think other people have probably heard this before, but it's a humble brag. I do have 2 hole-in-ones. So they were about 18 years apart, hoping for another one maybe before I turn 60. So I do lead 2 teams at WWT. So they both support our sellers globally. So one is cloud cost management. So that's where we're actively sitting between a client and their spend with AWS, Google, or Microsoft, and we actively bill for their native consumption. And then my other team, more importantly, is the cloud marketplace team, which we're here to kind of dive into a little bit deeper. And that does go across all 3 clouds. So those are the 2 teams that I have. Been at Worldwide for about 3.5 years, in technology for a little over 10, and I am based out of St. Louis, Missouri.
That's cool. Do you want to tell us a little bit about WWT?
Yeah, that sounds good. So, as you said before, really a technology solutions provider, right? And I think in the past, kind of been labeled as a reseller, but we're really much more than that. About 22 billion in revenue. 12,000 plus employees. We've been, it's really focused on culture at Worldwide Technology. So been fortunate enough to be on the Fortune Great Places to Work for the past 14 years. And I think we actually just hit top 10 this year. We're in about 80+% of the Fortune 100. We're the #1 partner for Cisco, Palo Alto, NVIDIA, and actually hundreds of other of our OEM and ISV partners. And then we have deep partnerships across AWS, Azure, and Google, as you can see on the slide here. January of this year, we actually hit over $1 billion in marketplace private offers. So, didn't put a press release out. We probably should have, but we did hit that $1 billion mark. Wow. We were Google's #1 partner in 2024 with, close to 275 million. Another really good stat there that I see is that 225% year-over-year growth. So that's the last 3 years, and we're actually on pace to blow that number out this year, which is insane because we did close close to 600 million last year through the marketplace. We're hoping to be well over $1 billion. So, really excited about the marketplace and just some of the partnership that we've had with you around this kind of motion that we've got.
Wow. That is, just look at these stats. They're incredible. Are truly transforming the industry. Hey, can you tell us a little bit about the reseller programs you participate in each cloud marketplace and how they help ISVs and buyers?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as I stated before, we're, really in across all three. So we started off with AWS. Obviously, I think that's every reseller or SI or, technology partner started off with AWS because they had that capability first. But really what I was really lucky to kind of be involved in is I actually was able to help Google and Microsoft kind of build out their partner program. So, you know, have kind of that inside knowledge of how to shape it. So it's been really good. And really Google is really, as you'll hear from Rachel, who I think is coming up next, is really one of my favorites just because of the billing relationship that we get to keep.
Mhm.
And, some of these stats that you see in here, there's, 360 billion in committed spend, which is just an outrageous number. And it seems to grow, every year you see these new reports. Canalys has had reports, and it seems like every time they come out with a new one, it doubles and triples. And to your point earlier, 85 billion in marketplace sales by 2028, with 50% of that going through the channel. The opportunity for Worldwide Technology and other consulting partners is just absolutely massive. And it's been great to see the partnership that these CSPs have really put in place with their consulting partners, and they realize that we're a trusted partner of our clients, and that really relates to why they want us to be involved in those transactions.
Yeah, wow, those are amazing stats. Really, like historical trend-setting stats. That's great. Hey, can you share a couple of stories about what it's like selling through cloud marketplaces?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think probably most of the people that have been involved in a transaction, especially on the partner side, will tell you typically they are 11th hour. Hey, we have this transaction for licensing or software or services, whatever it may be, and the customer would like to run it through the marketplace. And I can tell you just firsthand experience, that's the last thing you want. The marketplace is really designed for that ease of use. And when you bring that into the equation in the 11th hour, it can get messy. And I think that's even more so why it's important to have a reseller or a consulting partner involved in that equation, because we've dealt with it, right? Like we understand the gotchas. We know, how to run these transactions, make them smooth for the customer. Really that's where the smoothness wants to be. If it's messy for us, not a big deal. Obviously, we'd love for it to be a smooth transaction for us, but for the customer, that's what we want them to see is this was just as easy as me going out and transacting outside the marketplace. So that's really what we strive for. But I would say, that's the biggest thing is just getting out in front of those. And part of that is, I know you've kind of rolled out some of your new tooling, and we're lucky enough to be a part of that with the integration into Salesforce. And we've really strived to, get out in front of these deals. And part of that is finding these opportunities early. And the Tackle, products have helped us do that and really work with our ISV partners to accomplish getting out in front of these deals.
Yeah, that's actually my next question. So you have been crucial to our team, working directly with our product and engineering team during the preview into this launch of Tackle for Salesforce. What do you think of the reimagined Salesforce experience to date? How's it been?
It's been fantastic. And Adam, I'll tell you a funny story. 2 years ago, I went to our Salesforce team and I said, hey, I'd really like some sort of tag on these opportunities that can get us into you know to where my team could get the reporting of, okay, this is a marketplace deal that's on AWS or a marketplace deal that's on Google, and we just didn't have that, right? I think the capability was there, but it just didn't. Nobody forced the issue. And when we had your team talk to our Salesforce team and talked about the integration and all the different tagging that you can put into those, we now have that capability. So when somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, what's our pipeline look for Google Marketplace over the next 6 months?" I can easily go out and do that because our sales field, and we've got 2,000 plus sellers. They can now go in and put these tags in. They can also create opportunities, for whatever CSP program they have, like AWS has the ACE portal, right, where they're basically creating an opportunity based off that Salesforce opportunity that then kicks off the co-sell motion with the CSP. And Google and Microsoft have similar tools as well. So it's been fantastic for us. It's increased the amount of, I would say, co-sell opportunities that we have, which, for, go back to AWS here, we do have a strategic collaboration agreement with them, and that's a part of a metric that you have to hit, right?
Yep.
Is ACE opportunities created, and it really has helped us. I want to say we've tripled what we've done in ACE opportunities just over the past 6 months. So
Wow.
it's been fantastic, and your team is great to work with, and obviously always takes our feedback and runs with it.
Geez, thanks for sharing that. Hey, look, Josh, thank you. That was really great. What WWT is doing to modernize this, the reseller model and to simplify this path to revenue for ISVs is truly next level. And I appreciate the insights in these stories, and you've given everyone here a nice blueprint for what's possible when marketplace and channel strategies align. So thanks for coming out. Now we're going to shift gears and talk about what it takes to scale through these kinds of partner-led motions from the cloud provider side. Thanks, Josh. All right. My next guest, Rachel.
Hey, Adam.
Hi, Rachel. How are you? So Rachel is the driving force behind Google Cloud's marketplace and partner strategy, and she's been helping ISVs and resellers and customers evolve together towards this new model of collaboration for many years. Rachel, welcome. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Google and share a bit of your background?
Thanks, Adam. And I'm glad you said many years this time. Usually when we talk, you say a very, very long time. And I always give you a hard time about that because it hasn't been that long. But I'm one of the leads for strategic channel initiatives here at Google Cloud Marketplace. My focus is scaling our channel partner ecosystem and building a partner-first route to market. I've spent over 15 years across AWS, Microsoft, and Google, which is where I'm at now, driving product innovation and go-to-market strategy. And I think that's what excites me most. And that's what we're here to talk about today, is how marketplace is transforming software and services that are bought, sold, and delivered.
That's cool. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that. So what is Google Cloud doing with resellers and marketplaces today?
Yeah, so Google Cloud Marketplace has gone from a niche procurement option to a mainstream strategic route to market. In the last year alone, customers have spent billions on marketplace solutions, validating that online partner-led procurement is here to stay. To support that growth, we've launched Marketplace Channel Private Offers, as you know, which is a major step forward in how we engage with our ecosystem. For the first time, resellers, SIs, MSPs can resell third-party marketplace solutions on Google Cloud Marketplace while remaining the partner of record. You heard Josh talk about this earlier. And that means that customers can still buy through their trusted partner and apply the spend to their Google Cloud commit. ISVs can expand their reach and influence, as can channel partners, and partners can generate new revenue and retain account control. It's a win-win-win.
That is very cool. And yes, MCPO was a lot of fun for us. I remember the event last June in Chicago when you and the team unveiled that, and we were very proud to co-launch that day with you on that and provide that to our customers, and they're having a lot of fun with that. So, hey, next question. You've been working with resellers and marketplaces for a long time. What are your observations about how the reseller ecosystem is evolving?
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite topics because the role of the reseller is transforming in real time. The channel is no longer just a route to market, it's a force multiplier. Resellers, MSPs, SIs, distributors, they're all shaping strategy. They're driving cloud adoption, and they're co-owning outcomes with customers. We've seen a shift from transactional fulfillment to transformational enablement. And again, I think you heard Josh talk about this. They're not the last mile anymore, right? They're embedded from the first conversation. Today's enterprise buyers don't just want a vendor. They want a vanguard, a partner who can advise on how to modernize infrastructure, manage spends, secure environments, and now implement AI responsibly. The most successful partners are acting as advisors, integrators, co-innovators. customers are trusting, right? They're not just earning the sale, they're in every workshop, every deployment, every outcome that's delivered. We're also seeing a rise of multi-partner, multi-solution go-to-market motions, right? When you think about ISVs working together with channel partners, we're also seeing ISVs work with resellers, MSPs, service providers, all collaborating together to build tailored end-to-end solutions for customers, right? It's no longer just an ISV working with one reseller. It's all of them are now coming together to build complex enterprise solutions to solve complex enterprise challenges. And at Google Cloud, we're investing deeply in this evolution with co-selling models, incentives, marketplace features, of course, and solution plays, because we want to empower our partners to scale faster and serve better.
Wow, that's I like that term, transformational enablement.
Yeah.
That as kind of the new identity of the modernized reseller. What is your favorite example of that reseller transformation that's driving transformational enablement?
Yeah, I don't know if I have one, but I've seen a handful, right? And I'll give you two ends of the spectrum. One example that I'll give is, and I can't give names, unfortunately, because of confidentiality, but a traditional reseller that was originally quite fulfillment focused has since shifted to a more strategic model. And today they're bundling their own IP along with services and reselling ISV solutions. And this has been, again, that transformational shift. And they're owning the customer relationship because they can do that on Marketplace end to end. And they're leading with customer outcomes. And this was a big shift for them because they were initially hesitant about Marketplace, as I think a lot of traditional resellers were. But now they recognize, again, as I mentioned earlier with Google, that they can retain invoicing, they're able to negotiate margin with the ISVs, they're able to still participate in partner programs as they normally would. And they've really leaned in and embraced this almost hybrid model, not hybrid cloud per se, but hybrid in the sense that they're still that partner of record, and they're owning the billing relationship while leveraging Marketplace for scale, efficiency, and broader reach. And so that's been really fun to see in that transformation. But then on the flip side of that, I have two massive GSIs that have come to me where historically they've been services focused. But now both of these companies are starting to resell arms because they recognize that it can't just be services anymore. They have to combine software resell with services. That again, it's this complex problem they're trying to solve. And so they're trying to figure out how to get more into reselling for Marketplace as well as they grow these units within their own companies. And so they're building entire practices around resell and ISVs so they can wrap their services around these Marketplace offers and influence customer architectures from day one. And so it's these kind of partner-led motions that will define, I think, the next phase of cloud growth. It's been really interesting to see.
Okay, so SI is bringing in a reselling practice of ISVs and products to complement all the services, tie that into a broader, nice solutions bundle with a bow on top. I see. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, obviously, I mean, everybody's talking about AI and how it's reshaping everything. How are you seeing AI influencing the identity and the value proposition for the resellers?
Yeah, everyone wants to talk about AI, and as they should, right? Because AI is reshaping everything. And I believe that partners are not just keeping pace with what we're seeing in AI. I think they're leading the charge, whether it's consulting on AI strategy or integrating LLMs into legacy systems or building custom solutions. Partners are central to how AI comes to life for enterprise customers. They're the ones that are translating innovation into impact. So as you are aware, Google Cloud recently launched the AI agent space in Marketplace, showcasing partner-built AI agents, which for those that may not know, think of it as intelligent assistants or co-pilots that can be deployed with just a few clicks. And it's not just potential, right? We're already seeing momentum with this. In fact, Thomas Kurian recently said in a CRN article, and I'm going to just give a summary of this, that partner-led AI engagements have more than doubled in the past year. And agentic AI is the biggest opportunity for partners with billions of dollars of economic impact. And our ecosystem is seizing this opportunity, right? Because we're seeing partners building vertical specific LLM agents. We're seeing partners developing secure and governed AI data pipelines. They're embedding generative AI directly into their delivery models and IP. I can't speak, developing interoperability for agents. They're helping customers get their data estates in order, and the list goes on. And Google is providing a route to market for these partners that are providing these agents and these services. Again, I can't say it enough. They're becoming trusted advisors, but now they're trusted AI advisors and system integrators and innovation enablers. Again, the channel is not catching up to AI. I think they're driving enterprise AI adoption in some ways. And so the key takeaway is this is the channel's time. This is the future where we're redefining it for the channel, right? They're not intermediaries anymore. They're the orchestrators. They're the frontline innovators.
Wow. That is a massive identity shift to have, channel partners leading the AI conversation and shaping the implementation and integration of AI tech into these companies. That is going to be impressive to continue watching. Anyways, thank you, Rachel, for such a thoughtful look on how reseller ecosystem is evolving. The idea that resellers are stepping into the deal earlier and shaping these outcomes, especially these AI ones, sound really cool, along with the ISVs and the customers, really sets the stage for what's next. And I'm sure both, we saw with Josh and we're seeing with you, with your observations of where things are going, there's a major redefinition going on in the partner landscape. That's very cool. Thank you for taking the time to share that with us today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Adam. It's good to see you.
All right. So now we're going to round out the conversation with Mike Clark, who's the Vice President of Product for Partner Center. I'd like to welcome Mike to the stage. Mike leads a team that is responsible for the tools and infrastructure that power Microsoft's partner ecosystem, including the Cloud Solution Provider Program, or it's widely known as the CSP program. And he's in a really unique position to talk about how Microsoft is building for scale across co-sell, marketplace, and I like the term he calls it a hero motion, I believe, the CSP motion, and what it means to the future of partner-led growth. Mike, welcome. Let's start with you sharing a little bit about your role at Microsoft and how it intersects with the CSP program.
Hi, Adam. Thanks. Appreciate the opportunity. And hi, everybody. I am Mike Clark, and I am the Vice President of Product for Partner Center. Probably people are somewhat familiar with Partner Center, even if you don't use it every day. Partner Center provides a lot of the components for how partners integrate with Microsoft, including marketplace go-to-market motions. If you're not using Tackle directly to get there, you go to Partner Center directly. The CSP program, as Adam mentioned, we also have the Microsoft AI and Cloud Partner Program, as well as membership benefits that you can access, referrals, co-sell, many different things that you can experience with Partner Center. So it's really kind of one of the key elements for how partners integrate with Microsoft, and yeah, a great way if you're if you're using something like Tackle, that's awesome. But there are also some components of Microsoft that you might interact with in other ways, and Partner Center is the place to do it.
Yeah, look at that. That is a massive portfolio that you're overseeing, Mike. Wow. Thank you for sharing. I think some people, when we talk about Partner Center in the cloud marketplace world, they think that is Partner Center. And you're basically saying, no, it's like one of many parts of it. So thanks for sharing that. Hey, we've seen CSP as a foundational channel for Microsoft. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is and how it's evolving to support ISVs and partner-led growth through cloud marketplaces at scale?
Absolutely. Yeah. So CSP is Microsoft's Cloud Solution Provider Program, and it is our reseller motion. And I think the thing that is interesting, and I think it's been the subject of a bit of discussion today from what I've been watching of your event. So probably, I don't necessarily need to give too much on why it's important to everybody, but I think the thing to think about with getting engaged with Microsoft's CSP program is, it is partner channel is a strength of Microsoft. It is something that Microsoft has been doing for much of our 50-year history. And it is really something that, if the way that I would encourage everybody to think about it is the opportunity for all of you, the ISVs out there, to leverage that strength with Microsoft. Come, get engaged with, put your listing on Microsoft's marketplace, and then engage with the CSP program to open that channel up and take advantage of it to really boost the opportunity that you have.
Okay, cool. That's a great intro to that. There's a lot of ISVs watching today, and many of them are asking, what's in it for me? How do I get involved in the CSP program? What would you say to ISVs who want to tap into the CSP as a growth lever?
Yeah, well, so there are a lot of ways. I mean, first up, if you join the ISV Success Program, that's available on Marketplace, as part of Partner Center for marketplace resellers, and they can give you some insight into how to set up your offer so that it's available for CSP. Look into our multi-party offers, because that is the multi-party private offers are a way that you can actually engage with the CSPs and put something together for them that enables them to, go resell your solution as part of whatever bundle that they might be putting together for some customer. Look at the referrals co-sell opportunities. That is a great way to, engage not only with Microsoft's field, but also with the partner ecosystem for some way to put some deal together for a customer that you might be working with. And I put a few links. There's a few links that I've shared with everybody. If people want to go look and dive into more, there's opportunities on Microsoft's Learn site for how you can go, take more advantage of each of those.
Oh, that's great. We'll make sure we get those to everyone here today. That's excellent. So how does the CSP program complement Microsoft's marketplace and partner-to-partner motions, especially with the rise of multi-party private offers?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the element there is CSP program for Microsoft is really about reach, right? Microsoft, the way that we talk about it internally, we kind of have three main motions. Microsoft's field, of course, for dealing with some of the largest customers that engage with Microsoft. And then, of course, direct motion for people that want to just come shop on their own and make their own decisions directly. And really, the CSP program, our partner-led motion, is really about hitting that middle ground, right? It gives us worldwide scale. It gives end customers somebody that they're working with directly on their solutions. I explain it to people that my dentist doesn't want to choose what email software they're using. They want to talk to the technical person that they work with and have them set that up for them with, their email solution, their customer reminder solution, all of those pieces. They get that all in one bundle, and that's kind of really through the kind of motion that we have with our cloud solution providers.
Okay, that's great. Excellent. So what we've been hearing today a lot from Josh and from Rachel about how the term reseller is evolving. And, we heard from both of them that say it's moving to this kind of new identity, more towards strategic enablement. From your vantage point, are you seeing CSPs evolve beyond traditional fulfillment roles?
CSPs for Microsoft, absolutely. They do more than just fulfillment, right? With Microsoft, the program is really about that depth of customer relationship, and more than just facilitating the transaction itself, and then helping with fulfillment. They often bundle solutions with that. They take on the front line of supporting the customer, which really benefits that works well because the customer has one person that they're going to access or one group of people that they're going to access, and then they come to Microsoft as a fallback when they need further support. So the role for the CSPs with the end customer is really that one of the deeper relationship, and I think definitely more than just a reseller with fulfillment from that perspective.
Okay, cool. So this has been really an incredible look at how Microsoft is thinking about scale and reach and partner-led growth. And before we wrap, is there anything else top of mind that you would want this audience of ISVs and sellers and partners to take away when it comes to the future of cloud marketplace selling through a channel?
I think one of the most interesting things that we're doing there as well is Microsoft is, of course, investing significantly in AI, in case anybody hasn't heard, and the agentic interface, and that's something that absolutely we're incorporating significantly into Partner Center, and working with our partners that we not only build Partner Center, but we partner with partners for Partner Center, like Tackle, and something that we're working with our partners on how we extend that agentic interface that we build build to engage with Microsoft through the partner ecosystem of people that engage with us. So I think really looking at that, there's a lot of exciting experiences. If you get the chance, go play with it in Partner Center. We're building that out. We're going to go from this element of helping you answer questions to really helping try to get business done more quickly and more effectively. And so it's certainly one of the things that I'm most excited about.
That is cool. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming today. It's been clear that Microsoft isn't just building infrastructure for partner-led growth. You're really shaping the future, especially with what you're saying with coming with AI, and especially with your scale and reach, which is second to none in the world for sure. We appreciate you. We appreciate your leadership and everything that you've shared with us today. So thanks for coming today.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
All right, folks, let's wrap up with a final point about Tackle here. So Tackle is open for business for all seller types, all resellers, disties, MSPs, SIs, star. Everybody can use Tackle. And we have proof points that we're ready for this. So first of all, WWT, which is one of the leading in the world in terms of cloud marketplace selling, is using us and being successful. We heard Josh's story. We support all of the 3 reseller options, and we're looking to provide support for Mike's CSP program in the near future as well. And that includes all these transformations we're seeing in the pricing models moving towards usage-based or pay-go models. And then Tackle has this wonderful foundation that I launched today around multi-marketplace co-selling. And we have some degree of multi-party support on that. For example, in Microsoft, we have full multi-party support, and AWS is on the way. We also have the capability for resellers to create curated bundles of products and services that have multiple ISVs, that have Microsoft first-party services, all bundled in, and you can create those directly in your system of record with Tackle. And finally, we're one of the few integration partners out there that are truly getting into channel-heavy countries with sovereign resellers and able to transact in local currencies. And we're very close to all of our cloud partners on ensuring that we have proper support for all of those currencies through distributors and through resellers. So there's some really exciting more investment that we are making in this space for sure. With that, I'd like to thank all of you for coming today. And as we close out today's session and this year at Cloud Go-to-Market XP, I want to bring back what it means for all of us here at Tackle. You've heard from partners and clouds and sellers that the future is unified. Marketplace, reseller, and co-sell motions aren't separate lanes anymore. They're all coming together. They're converging into a single ecosystem. And as the operating system for Cloud Go-to-Market, our job is to make this ecosystem easier to navigate and easier to scale. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone here for joining and can't wait to help you lead your next phase of partner-led growth. Thank you.
Adam, unbelievable job. Thank you so we'll do just a quick wrap up. So I want to thank all of the speakers. And it's been a pretty tremendous couple days. I've been doing this Cloud Go-to-Market thing closing in on 10 years, which is insane to say. And I learned so much from so many different people, like hearing from all three clouds, hearing from a whole host of ISVs, hearing from some emerging marketplaces, community leaders, channel partners. And I may be slightly biased by this, but I was blown away by the sessions led by the Tackle product team. Just really excited to continue to work to pioneer in partnership with the clouds to enable Cloud Go-to-Market to operate like a tier 1 financial system, which is what people who are relying upon this to run meaningful percentages of their companies need. And this is a two-way investment. Like, you made it this far. You're one of the few who like endured to the end. And we invest to make the event the best it could be. Like, a lot of love goes into this from a lot of people at Tackle. Shout out to the whole marketing team, a lot of our go-to-market team for the time they put in to make sessions awesome. Our customers and partners invest heavily to like show up with content that matters to the ecosystem. And then lastly, you all invest tons of time to listen and learn together. And I do feel like this XP, hopefully, like in my opinion, this was the best one yet out of the last 4 that we've done. All replays will be available after the event concludes, so you'll be able to go back to sessions you missed. I know we ran 2 tracks today. There were some competing sessions that I wanted to attend that I didn't get to. Tackle will be at Catalyst in Seattle next week. Our RevOps playbook drops on May 22nd, and we'll also be at Salesforce Agentforce the week after that. We will follow up for feedback. We are a customer-obsessed company, a partner-obsessed company. We will definitely follow up for feedback. We welcome that. If you have feedback you want to relay directly, I'm jj@tackle.io. Never hesitate to reach out. I can't thank you all enough for investing time with us. Hopefully this event was beneficial for you. Have a great one.